Ladies and gents, welcome back to our beloved podcast. That was my attempt at drum rolls. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, it's all smiles, all smiles, all smiles. Easy. Yeah, man. So, today I was thinking about my new superpowers. So, when I was a kid, when I was a child, I wanted to become a superhero. I really wanted to be a superhero. But I didn't have a particular power that I'd want to. Okay, I wanted everything. Let me just say I wanted every superpower that there is available on earth. Okay? So basically become a god. Because I wanted to be Superman. I was watching Loki. I wanted to be like Loki, yeah, basically all like my favorite superheroes, anti-heroes. So basically, I want to be like all of them, Deadpool and whatnot. Professor X. Now, X-Men. This is where it gets interesting. So, the superpower that I realized that I have was recognition, just pattern recognition, meaning that it's not like a superpower. All of our minds do have pattern recognition, whereby you see something when it repeats again, you see, this is it's a familiar scenario. So basically, like deja vu happens, like deja vu. Something happens, you're like, this has happened before. There's that instinct of yours. A pattern has repeated itself. So that's the superpower that God gave unto us. God, the universe, Buddha, whatever, the source. That is the superpower that humans were given. Pattern recognition. So pattern recognition, I want to demonstrate how it works. So in this particular podcast session, this is the first time that I'm launching my presidential bid. I'm going to be the next president of this country, Kenya. Here, I'm in Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya at the moment. It's a political tense situation in the country. Current president or whatnot. This is going to be a timestamp. In reality, I'm going to be the next president of that after that guy. So this is a timestamp, and I'm just going to give out one manifesto that I'm going to do. So after I win the election, and this is also my manifesto. Number one, legalize weed. We're legalizing weed. That is very first thing that I'm doing, legalizing weed. The second thing is all the soldiers at the forefront, they will be recalled after that year. A period of 1 year, we're going to recruit soldiers to replace the other soldiers in the battlefield. They're going to come back home. And we're going to throw a massive celebration. Talking about celebration, as people, we like to have fun, we like to party and whatnot. And it was like, which is the best system that we can use that's going to allow us to enjoy life to the fullest? Well, I had to turn to religion. Now. Hold on, don't hit me with your stones yet. Just come down. Let me explain. Religion. I looked at the Bible and I saw that the way that God intended for us to celebrate, man. So every Sabbath is a holiday, so that's a celebration. Every seventh day, and so how many 7 days do we have? That's every week, 777. That's a holiday. And every new moon, every full moon, it's a holiday as well. And we also have like days like Passover that runs for like 1 week. The Feast of Tabernacles goes for like 1 week. So like many holidays. There are very many holidays in the year that if we kept them, we'll be free to do our shit, man. just be yourself, take a vacation, do you, brave. Do you sis? Do you fam? So I thought that system would work really well. So especially for people working in corporate. I used to work in corporate customer care. My guy, people are so entitled out here. I tell ya. So yes, that's going to be holidays. And most of these holidays are going to be catered for by the government, by my government. You get me, fam? Yeah, so, yep, that is the first two manifestos. So the first one was legalize. Number two, do a massive recruitment that year so that the boys that have been in service, they come back home, retire, come, get compensated by the government, Yeah, that's going to be the system. 7 years. Then you get to do whatever you'd like to do in life. And the government will sponsor that. So number three, the prison systems. So, okay, like someone, if you do something wrong, yeah, there are the laws that govern how the system works. So if you do something wrong, you go to jail. You go to jail, you serve your sentence. When you're serving your sentence, you don't just sit there idly. Because, in my government, I believe in human rights. So even the prison system, they're going to be having the best food, balanced diet. Kuna hadi program pale. Tunaweka kama high school. Basically, high school tulisoma is the prison system. So yeah, wako na timetable. Ugali nyama maybe pale Monday, Tuesday, maybe ni githeri, maybe rice, pilau hivi. Machapo zitakuwa siku kama 3 hivi hapo nafai kula machapo. Wanapigwa tu food fiti. But in return wanafanyia gava kazi because lazima kukuna watu wa kufanya kazi. Watalima mashamba za serikali. And then lazima wa enroll into courses. Courses kama tailoring, blacksmiths, unaget. Vitu kaa hizo. Another course yenye nataka kuintroduce ni animal rearing. Weka unaweza fuga anything. Ufuge kuku nini. Hata kama unaweza fuga even any animal. Wewe kama unaweza, cause kuna watu wanafuga hadi manyoka. Kama unaweza fuga nyoka, fisi. Hizo skills, we really need them as a people. Especially hapa Kenya cause tuko interconnected with the animals. Na kuna watu wanajua kuzifuga. Mse kama huyo jamaa huyo Badman. Huyo mse anafaa achukuliwe na serikali. Anafaa kuwa mwalimu, professor. Curriculum ya kufuga birds. Zenye zinakula honey, zenye zinakula fruits, zenye zinakula seeds, zenye zinakula meat. Anazifugaje? Atufundishe. Unaget? We need to have that knowledge. It's very important for the ecosystem. So, the prisoners. Hiyo kazi unafanya serikali na itakuwa inawalipa. Inawalipa mshahara. Minimum payment. Sasa sijui ni 31,000. Hiyo. But half tunaikata. Hiyo half yendi unalipo half ukiwa uko jela. Half hiyo mukchu. Unless unafanya other services kama nini, kama kuclean pale, usafi, unaget, kusaidia wasee. Ukiwa uko ndani kwa jela, una unlock the other 25% ya hiyo mshahara nyingine half yenye tu si government imechukua. Usipofanya hivyo kwa mrimri wewe utakula mshahara yako nusu. Hiyo mshahara unaekiwa kwa account yako. Ukitoka pale, ukimaliza your service, unatoka ukiwa na pesa yako. Unaget, unaweza jipanga in life. Another thing is lazima in the prison system conjugal rights zitaingizwa tu bado pale. Cause there is someone for everyone. Kuna mademu wanapenda wasio wamenini mama convict nini. Tunafungua system ile inaitwaje ile PAL, inaitwaje writing PAL. Kitu kaa hiyo. Actually mimi naweza sema hadi hao wasio ndani ya jela wakubaliwe kwenda mati nje ndani. Lakini ina restrictiwa, hawanatreatiwa kama watoi cause hapana ama jamaa wewe akili ama jamaa waganayo pia na very serious. Kidogo tu. Hiyo ndo privilege enye uko nayo, enye ukifaka hapo unanyang'anywa. Unanyang'anywa nje. Buda. So I think everyone deserves a chance in society. Everyone deserves a second chance. Hadi hao sio wako jela. Kuna msee anaomba God tu, anaomba manze cause kuna msee hope yake ime kuna wase walienda hapo ndani cause they are innocent but circumstances tu. Maybe there is a family curse ama hex on the family, lazima kuna mtu ataenda jela kwa hiyo family na ilimwangukia tu. So yeah, I'll sort that out manze. That's the only way that we sort it out. Yeah, so yeah, hiyo design. Yeah, so I've touched on and the education for the children. Education system yetu pia hiyo lazima tuichange manze. We need to change it. How do we change it? Remember I mentioned even the animal rearing. That's going to be a mandatory subject to the school system. Mandatory subject. Watu lazima wafundishwe. Yani basically mtu akiwa baby class ana kakigrow kakifika ile point kana associate which animal they like. If they like a certain animal or a pet, the government will get it for them. Waanze kufundishwa kulea animals, rearing animals while they're still little. Yeah, and then education system, the most important teachers sana sana ni wale wa baby class. The baby class kindergarten school teachers. Their work will be to observe the children, see what their talents are, see what the children are drawn to. Kenye watoto wanakuwa drawn to, that is the field they will go. If they're drawn to sports, they'll go to sport academies. If it's tennis, running, rugby, football, academies. If they're drawn to arts, they'll go to art schools. Music, acting. If they're drawn to, so you get farming, carpentry, whatever the kid likes, that is what we will support as the government. We'll go back to the old education system, ile ya Kibaki. It's free education to university. Free education to university, anyone. Yeah, what else am I leaving out? Yeah, teachers compensation, manze, it's going to be very high. They're going to be compensated very well because they are also the babysitters. So there is a salary increase. For the part of babysitting, the government will cater for that. Additional bonuses to the teachers. They are very important. They are the people that your caretakers. And also like your house helps as well. Mshahara yao inafaa ikuwe your servants. The pay 31. Hiyo like the minimum. We'll start from there. Very easy. Housing issues that we have in Kibera, like mimi naweza sema kenye Perezo amebuild hizi makeja, that's a very good initiative. Now what my government will do, hizo makeja zinapatiwa watu wa Kibera and at the slums. Kiama iko wapi ni nini, the places zenye zinajengwa wanaingia huko. And hakuna kujenga in sacred lands. If a land is considered sacred by a community, there is no construction there by the government. That is illegal. Okay, so the people move into the big houses, and then we have street population. So lazima tuanze kuwa take care. So mimi naona tukimove wase kwanza kwa hizo slums, the first things hiyo tu time nimeingia gava, so kwa street wa move hizo slums kwanza for the time being. Tuna change makeja, na move keja, tuna elevate ni step by step. Naingia hapo, we'll figure out venye tutasafisha hizo, renovate, tujue venye kutaenda mbele tukisonga mbele. Yeah, and the first projects zenye nataka kuanza na a food charity. I'll do a food charity, and before the food charity actually ile Nithi Bridge. Hiyo Nithi Bridge iko sijui ni Meru ama Embu, imemada wasee wengi sana for the longest time. So kenye mimi nitajenga hiyo bridge kwanza. Before anything else, I'll do the bridge to save lives. Why? Saizi mbele nyuma sina do ya campaign, sina shit, I don't have anything. I have 50 shillings mbele. But what else do I have? I have faith. And I have the universe on my side. And I have the wealthiest source or funds or sponsor for my venture. and I'm going to achieve it. So the first thing that's going to kickstart everything is I'll build the Nithi Bridge. Hii time tu mambo zinaendelea, siasa ni mingi, mi ndajenga bridge for the time being. Na hii 50 bob yangu from hapo penye niko to hapo ni faith. I'm going to teach you how faith works. You get me, fam? Yeah? Inasemaga mustard seed. My mustard seed is this 50 shillings. From 50 shillings to that is faith. You get me, fam? That's the equation. Okay. So, let me end it at that for the time being. Let me go back to my podcasting. So, audience, that was my presidential bid for my country. I'm going to be the next president. So yeah, I switched the language, bilingual, multilingual. That's how we roll. This is the way that we roll. This is the way that we roll. That's going to be a song. Hey, watch out for the big tune. Big tune. It's a big tune coming. Reggae music, yana. Listen. So, back to my podcast. So what is my superpower? I told you my superpower is to write reality. Did I tell you that? I can rewrite reality I can bend reality to my will. So I'm going to be the next president. And I'm a superhero. Remember, I'm a superhero. An omega level superhero. So omega level, what is an omega level superhero? There's this show, the X-Men. Professor X. Professor X is an omega level mutant. He can control reality. Now, Professor X had a child. His child was David. David could control reality. That's a show. It's a Marvel show. You can watch it. Professor X's son, David, he can control reality, bend reality to his will. He's an omega level mutant. Now, David, that's an interesting name. A very interesting name. Which other David do you know? The David of the Bible. David of the Bible, who is David of the Bible? David of the Bible is the king of Israel, the second king of Israel. The country, Israel. David, King David. King David, King David. So King David came from the lineage of Israel. Who is Israel? Israel's name was Jacob. Jacob's name got changed to Israel when he encountered God. What happened when he encountered God? He received the omega level mutant superpowers. And his chosen lineage, the 12 sons, 12 tribes of Israel. This is an old story. This is a story, it's a legend, it's a myth. Okay, but this character, David, the same omega level, David in X-Men, the son of Professor X, that series, same David, chosen. He was a chosen king of Israel, anointed by Samuel. And he was from the chosen nation, Israel. And Israel from the chosen seed of Abraham, which was the chosen seed of Noah, the chosen seed of Adam, the first man. But who was Adam? Adam was the son of God. That's found in Luke chapter 3. Similarities. Let's go to the African traditions. Anansi the spider. Remember Anansi? He spun his web. Anansi the storyteller. Coincidence. Omega levels. What do omega levels do? They write reality. They bend reality to their will. Interesting. That is very interesting. So remember, this is a timestamp. I've told you I'm going to be the next president. I've put down my presidential bid. Chosen, back to the chosen. Oh, the chosen one. So the Israelites. So in my being, my grandfather was raised by my grandfather, the great Francis Buxton Andieri Atuta. That was his mantle. No, not Andieri Atuta. Atuta Andieri. Atuta is like the prefix, like a Sir or a Lord or a Prince. Prince Andieri. Andi Eri. Andi Eli. Eli. El. What is El? El is God. God. Who is God? In Exodus, Moses, I am that I am. The burning bush. God spoke to him from the burning bush. Chosen, 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 chosen. When I was a kid, I used to add the term prince before my name. My name is Leon. That's my government name, Leon. Atuta, Leon Atuta. Leon Atuta, Leon Atuta, Leon Atuta, Lion of Judah. Coincidence. We'll see. Okay, yep, chosen. Well, when I was 20-something years old, 2020 thereabout, I got to encounter one Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. He was preaching the gospel that the black people are the true Jews. Well, true Jews. There's this series called The Three-Part Problem. The Three-Part Problem. Very nice series. You should watch it. So what is the three-part problem? There is a concept about the universe. The universe has three answers. It only has three answers, three problems, three answers, three equations. Yes, wait, and better. Yes, wait, and better. The universe never says no. So we're going to put it to the test. I'm going to be the president of this country after Ruto. And the universe said yes. Walk with me, fam. Walk with me, fam. Why did the universe say yes to me? Because I'm chosen. How am I chosen? Because when I was little, my grandfather, Baxton Francis Atuta Andieri, told me that we are Israelites. In Kenya, here in Kenya, in this land, the land of the Mau, Mount Zion, Kirenyaga, God's resting place, mountain, Mount Zion. Mountains, 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 mountains. Where do we find mountains? Zephaniah 3 and verse 10. Holy texts. Flee into the mountains beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. The mountains, flee into the mountains. Luke and Matthew, flee into the mountains. The royal lineage of King David, Rastafari Haile Selassie. He claimed of the royal lineage of King David. He ruled the land of Ethiopia. Ethiopia has very great stories, very great battles. What the colonialists did, they cut off the land on maps. They drew and named off countries. Ethiopia was an empire. Kenya, where I'm at right now, was part of Ethiopia. You can see the uprisings, the Gen Z uprisings. Chosen, remember, the term is chosen. Gen Z uprising, a whole generation. What's happening? So, in time, every time there is a chosen, it ripples across a generation. Who else was chosen in history? Moses. Moses was chosen. What happened? Pharaoh tried to kill the whole generation of chosen because he was informed that there is a chosen king to rise of this generation. But he didn't know who. Pharaoh ended up raising Moses like his grandson. The same chosen that he tried to eliminate. Who else was chosen? Jesus Christ was chosen. How was he chosen? He was chosen to give life to death, to heal the sick, to free the prisoners. But when King Herod heard there was a chosen, he tried to eliminate the kid. But how could he eliminate the kid? He tried to eliminate the entire generation. The entire generation was chosen. It wasn't just one person. It was an entire generation of chosen. That's how he got to have disciples. Thousands and thousands of disciples. Now it's millions into the billions of disciples that believed. Chosen. Yeah, so remember, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a superhero and a president. So, yeah, those two. The universe said yes. Remember, it's a three-part problem. Yes, wait, and better. So, yes, the universe answered yes. I wanted to be a superhero. Yes, you're a superhero, bruv. Child, kid, yep, yes. Okay, now I'm writing reality. This is my reality I'm writing. Remember, your imagination is key. Your imagination is key. Well, so my grandpa told me that we're from the lineage of Israel. I was like, wow, okay, old man, you're crazy. We know the Israelites. I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person, I'd say, but I'm not religious. But it ended up Bishop Nathaniel, IUIC, ended up under his wing, got taught, graduated, did exams, rose in rank, rose to a rank of priesthood, whereby I could do sermons in the church. Priesthood, revelation, nation of kings and priests. Okay, number 6, holy men with locks, no rasta. That's a bar in one of my songs. IOIC has a challenge. It was very funny that when Jabeniah, the prophet, the crew is called the wise men from the east. Wise men from the east, like the Bible. Yep, the wise men from the east. It was very funny that he started that this is a prophecy. So he prophesied what was to happen. The prophecy was to deal with the war with Iran and America. So you can listen to the song and decode. Okay, moving on. Now, yes, the chosen. So, okay, I'm an Israelite. Grandfather told me, and then later on in years, after many years, more than 15 years, met up Bishop Nathaniel, started learning, noticed patterns. Remember, superpower, pattern recognition. Patterns between the text and the traditions. For example, the Louis tradition. They had this tradition whereby they will circumcise the young children. They didn't care if you are a visitor. You didn't care if you're young and you're uncircumcised, they'll circumcise you by force. Reading it somewhere. Where did I notice it? Maccabees. And the children of Israel, the men, they walked in all the coasts of Israel circumcising. Pattern recognition. Shit, this shit happens. It's a tradition. Circumcision. It wasn't brought by the colonialists. It's our traditions, our forefathers. Who are the forefathers? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Who was the first person to start circumcision? Abraham, as a covenant of his bloodline. My goodness. Pattern recognition. Pattern recognition. Chosen. Now, I have a cousin. There's a phenomenon that happens in our family, the Atuta family. So, my uncle, he's called D'Souza. D'Souza is a recurring name, it's a recurring pattern in our family. It is named after a person that has a mark on his face. His name, if you go on Facebook, his name is Ibrahim D'Souza. He has a mark on his face. The mark, I asked my grandfather, the name D'Souza is given to a child that always has that mark. So before him, the previous owner of the name D'Souza also had that mark. He was the great uncle. Is it the great uncle? Yes. My grandfather, the great grandfather, so the brother to the great grandfather was D'Souza. No, his uncle was, so his great two greats. There is a generation, third generation or fourth generation. So the third generation or fourth generation that comes up with that mark, that child is called D'Souza. That is the pattern recognized in our family. So I predicted my cousin now, his father has that mark, my uncle. So he told my cousin, hey bro, your child. So there is a pattern in the scriptures, in the Bible. Every third and fourth generation, a soul regenerates. I created a formula. So basically, there's no new soul on the earth. Even that child is not a new soul. It's an old soul, new body. That is our traditions, African traditions. That's why names repeat. I call that tradition. So in the next 3 or 4 generations, a child is going to be born in their Tuta family with that mark. That's my prediction. You get me, fam? Okay, yep. Chosen. Okay, so as I was telling my cousin that story, he told me another story that happened in our family. When I was a kid, when I was born, my mother, held me up and said, behold, I have given birth to my savior. Who is a savior? A savior is a chosen. Pattern recognition. Remember the 3-part problem? The universe. What does it answer? Yes, wait, better. Chosen. My superpower. I'm chosen. So, my omega level power is I write reality. I'm a storyteller, Anansi, the god. Stay tuned for the next chapter of the story.
Ni moja na buda unachuna, wani mangda ni chuma, mini snapchat ni tuma, mini staff jansi tuma, mini kleme si chuma, kujiplay kujifumba, baombili jifunga, shimo ndani jifumba.